What is good, fellow human beings who root for the New York Jets? Free agency is looming only about a couple weeks away until the new league year officially begins. I'm going to be breaking down potential Jets free agent signees position by position, starting with the edge rusher position. There's a lot of players available to us on the market. I'm going to be discussing my five favorite options for the New York Jets to bring in for 2022. I'm going to be considering age, production, scheme fit, and value in terms of the contract that they would command. Starting off, number five, Clowney. He's number five. He's not my favorite pick. He's bounced around a lot. He's got a lot of 1 year prove it deals, and the production just hasn't been there consistently. He did have a breakout year last year where he had 11 sacks. He had an average Pro Football Focus grade of 66. He's still 29 years old. He would command about 15 million per year. So looking at about a 2 year deal for about $30 million, he would be an immediate upgrade to our pass rush. Would probably be our most accomplished player at that position right away. He's not my favorite signee, but he is a scheme fit. He's big enough for the 4-3. He's under 30 years old, and he sets the edge really well. So even when he's not getting a ton of sacks, he gets a lot of pressures, and he's good against the run. Clowney is number five. Number four is a big question mark because there's many players that could fit this spot. I'm a fan of the Jets bringing in a value veteran at this position. Same approach they had last offseason with Vinny Curry, which obviously didn't work out. This would also be contingent on the Jets drafting an edge rusher within the first 2 rounds. What we're looking for here is a 1 year deal for a solid pro who can give us 4 to 6 sacks and cost about $6 million. This could be Justin Houston, Jerry Hughes, Melvin Ingram, or Dante Fowler. Number four is the value veteran. Moving on to my third favorite option, that is Harold Landry. Now, right off the bat, I know the first question is going to be, is he a scheme fit? He's more of a prototypical outside linebacker in a 3-4 scheme, but he was the most productive of any of these players last season. 14 and a half sacks, a mediocre Pro Football Focus score, which tells me maybe he wasn't so great against the run. He's also the youngest of this bunch, still just 25 years old, and according to Pro Football Focus, would be commanding a contract in the $16 million per year range. Again, not a perfect scheme fit, but I think maybe the most talented pass rusher of this group, given the fact that he's still in his prime. Number two, we have Chandler Jones. I'm a little biased. I graduated high school with Chandler Jones in a small town called Endicott, New York. Go Tigers. But Chandler Jones, on a game by game basis, has been the most productive pass rusher in the NFL for the past 6 seasons. Last year, he had 10 and a half sacks, Pro Football Focus grade of 71. He's 31 years old and would command a contract for about 16 million per year. The caveat I'll give to this, it's a little concerning that 5 of his 10 and a half sacks came in the season opener, but this is a bona fide Pro Bowler. He's going to be a Hall of Famer, and 31 isn't quite what it is to edge rushers as it is to like corners and running backs where you turn 30 and you're kind of done. 33 seems to be that kind of magic number for edge rushers where you see that steep decline. So no more than a 2 year deal for about $30 million. Pair him with Shaq Lawson, and that would make a pretty formidable tandem of edge rushers off the end. Finally, my favorite, this might surprise you. Pro Football Focus actually didn't even have him listed in terms of the top 10 available free agents for edge rushers, but I think he checks all of the boxes of being under 30, being productive, and being a scheme fit, and being someone we wouldn't have to completely break the bank for. My number one edge rusher for the Jets to bring in is Emmanuel Ogbah of the Miami Dolphins. 11 sacks last year, Pro Football Focus grade of 77, solid against the run. He's a scheme fit. He's big, 6'4, 265, under 30, 28 years old, and would be a touch cheaper than some of the top tier options like Landry and Jones. Could get him for about 13 million on a 3 year deal. Again, he's not the flashiest name, but he's a really solid pro who keeps getting better and better every year. The production is there, double digit sacks, the analytics are there, the age is there, and I think the value would be worth it. Emmanuel Ogbah is my number one free agent edge rusher that I hope the Jets are able to sign this offseason. Let me know in the comments below. Did I whiff on any of these? Are there any names that you would like to see added to the list that the Jets could possibly bring in? A few names that I omitted. Von Miller, I don't think he's leaving Los Angeles. I'd love to have Von Miller, but I just don't think that's realistic. Hassan Reddick, I know we worked around the Harold Landry scheme fit, but Hassan Reddick is 235 pounds, and I think that's just way too small. Randy Gregory, that just doesn't seem like the kind of signing that would work out for the Jets. I'm going to pass on Randy Gregory. And Melvin Ingram, just like Von Miller, I feel like he probably wants to hang in Kansas City. He forced his way out of Pittsburgh. Feels like the kind of guy who just wants to play for a proven title contender. Those are my five guys. Let me know what you think. Go Jets.